What my husband did at our wedding will absolutely shock you. I'm not kidding. This man stood up in front of 200 people, grabbed the microphone and said, "This dance is for the woman I've secretly loved for the past 10 years. And then? He walked right past me, didn't even look at me. You have to hear what happened next. Because when I asked my dad one simple question later that night, my husband literally choked on his champagne and my sister collapsed onto the floor. I'm Emma, and this is the story of how my perfect wedding became the best day of my life. Just not for the reasons you'd think. Let me rewind. 6 months before the wedding. That's when I should have known. That's when the signs were screaming at me. But I was too in love, or too stupid, to listen. Michael and I had been together for 3 years. 3 solid years. We met at a coffee shop in downtown Chicago, one of those meet-cute moments you see in movies. He spilled his latte on my laptop, apologized like crazy, paid for the repairs, and asked me out to make up for it. He was charming, funny, successful marketing executive, great smile, remembered little things about me. My family loved him, especially my sister, Olivia. Olivia's 2 years younger than me. Growing up, we were close. Not best friends, but sisters, you know? We fought over clothes, shared secrets, did the whole sister thing. She was always the prettier one, the more outgoing one. I was the responsible one. The one who got good grades and landed a stable job as a graphic designer. The boring one, honestly. When I introduced Michael to my family at Thanksgiving 3 years ago, Olivia was there. She'd just broken up with her boyfriend of 5 years and was kind of fragile. I remember she and Michael talked a lot that night. About breakups, about life, about Chicago sports. I thought it was sweet. My boyfriend and my sister getting along. Red flag number 1. I ignored it. Fast forward to the engagement. Michael proposed to me in March, right by Lake Michigan. It was beautiful. Sunset, down on one knee, the whole thing. The ring was gorgeous. Princess cut, exactly what I'd always wanted. I called my parents immediately. Dad, he proposed. My dad, James, everyone calls him Jim. He's a quiet guy. Retired firefighter. Tough but loving. When I told him, he just said, "Good man, Emma, real good man." "I'm happy for you, sweetheart." My mom, Emily, cried happy tears. She started planning the wedding that same night. And Olivia? She hugged me tight when I showed her the ring. "I'm so happy for you, Em," she whispered. "You deserve this." But here's the thing I noticed. Her eyes were wet. And not happy wet. Sad wet. "You okay, Liv?" I asked. "Yeah, totally. Just emotional. You know me." Red flag number 2. Wedding planning took over my life. I wanted everything perfect. We booked this gorgeous venue in Oak Brook. White tent, string lights, garden ceremony, the works. 200 guests. Big Italian family on Michael's side. My smaller crew from the suburbs. Olivia helped me with everything. And I mean everything. She came dress shopping, helped pick flowers, designed the seating chart. She was my maid of honor. I was so grateful, but I started noticing things, little things, like how Michael's phone was always face down when we hung out. How he texted during dinner, how he'd sometimes smile at his screen and then quickly lock it when I glanced over. "Work stuff," he'd say. Annoying client. One night, about 2 months before the wedding, I grabbed his phone to check the time. Mine was dead. He lunged for it, like actually lunged across the couch. "Babe." "I got it," he said, snatching it back. "I was just checking the time." "Michael, I know. Sorry, reflex, work's been crazy." Red flag number 3, 4, and 5. All at once, I started paying attention more. Michael and Olivia were close. Too close? I didn't know. They'd text each other memes, inside jokes. One time, I walked into my parents' house, and they were laughing together in the kitchen, and when I came in, they got quiet real fast. "What's so funny?" I asked. "Nothing," Olivia said. "Just a stupid TikTok." "Show me. It's dumb. You wouldn't get it." "Wouldn't get it?" "We're sisters. We grew up on the same humor." "But okay, I mentioned it to my best friend Sophia. We were getting coffee in Lincoln Park, and I just let it out. Soph, do you think it's weird that Michael and Olivia are so buddy-buddy?" Sophia stirred her iced latte. "How buddy-buddy?" "Like texting each other. Inside jokes. They hang out sometimes when I'm working late." Her face changed. "Emma, that's weird, right?" "Have you asked him about it?" "He just says they're friends." that it's nice her future brother-in-law cares about her. Sophia put her hand on mine. Trust your gut, babe, always. But I didn't trust my gut. I trusted Michael. I trusted my sister. I buried those feelings and kept planning this massive, expensive, supposedly perfect wedding. 3 weeks before the big day, I was at my parents' house going over last-minute details with my mom. Olivia was upstairs. Michael was supposed to come over for dinner. My dad pulled me aside in the garage. He was organizing his tools, not really looking at me. Emma, sweetheart, can I ask you something? Sure, Dad. You happy? Really happy? I blinked. Yeah, of course, why? He set down his wrench, turned to me. His face was serious. That firefighter face, the one that meant business. You sure about Michael? My heart skipped. What do you mean? Just, you sure? Dad, did something happen? Did he do something? He shook his head slowly. No, just a father's instinct, I guess. Something feels off. Off how? Can't put my finger on it. But I've seen a lot of things in my life, kiddo. I've seen liars. I've seen cheaters. I've seen people who pretend real good. And sometimes, he trailed off. Sometimes what? Sometimes the people closest to you are the best pretenders. Chills. Literal chills ran down my spine. Dad, if you know something, please tell me. I don't know anything, Emma. I just... Watch yourself, okay? Promise me. Okay, I promise. Red flag number. I lost count. The week of the wedding was chaos. Rehearsal dinner, out-of-town guests, final fittings, all of it. I barely had time to think about my dad's weird warning, or Michael's shady phone habits, or Olivia's sad eyes when I got engaged. The rehearsal dinner was at this Italian place in downtown Chicago. Michael's family, my family, the bridal party, about 40 people total. Speeches, toasts, laughter. It was beautiful. Michael stood up to give a toast. He looked so handsome in his button-down and slacks. He raised his glass. To my incredible bride-to-be, Emma, you've made me the luckiest man alive. I can't wait to spend forever with you. Tomorrow's going to be perfect. Everyone cheered. I felt tears in my eyes. See, I thought, everything's fine. Dad's just being overprotective. But then I caught Olivia's face. She wasn't smiling. She was staring at Michael with this look. Longing? Sadness? I couldn't tell. And when she noticed me watching her, she quickly smiled and raised her glass. Sophia saw it too. She leaned over and whispered, Em, we need to talk later. About what? Not here, later. Later never came, though. The dinner ran late, everyone was drinking, and I was exhausted. I went back to my apartment. Michael stayed at his place, the whole don't see the bride before the wedding tradition. I should have called Sophia back. I should have demanded to know what she saw, but I was tired and scared. Scared that if I pulled on that thread, my whole life would unravel. So I went to bed, tried to sleep. Barely did wedding day. September 14th. Perfect 70-degree weather. Blue skies, light breeze. Like the universe was mocking me with its perfection. I got ready with my bridesmaids and Olivia at the venue's bridal suite. Champagne, makeup, hair, the dress. My dress was stunning. Lace, long train, off the shoulder. I looked beautiful. I felt numb. Olivia was quiet that morning. Quieter than usual. You good, Liv? I asked while the stylist pinned my veil. Yeah, just emotional. My big sister's getting married. She wouldn't look me in the eye. Sophia kept giving me concerned looks but didn't say anything. Not with everyone around. The ceremony was at 4 p.m. Garden setting, white chairs, flower archway. 200 people showed up. I walked down the aisle on my dad's arm, and he squeezed my hand tight. Not too late to run, kiddo, he whispered, half joking, half serious. I almost laughed. Almost. Michael was waiting at the altar, and he looked nervous, really nervous. More nervous than a regular groom. Sweaty, pale. We said our vows, exchanged rings. The officiant said, "You may kiss the bride." Michael kissed me. Everyone clapped. We were married, and I felt absolutely nothing. Cocktail hour was fine. Photos were fine. Everything was fine until the reception. Dinner was served. Toasts were made. Michael's best man told embarrassing stories. My mom cried. Everything you'd expect. And then came the dances. First dance, bride and groom. They announced us. Our song, Thinking Out Loud, by Ed Sheeran. Basic, I know. but I loved it. Michael and I stepped onto the dance floor. The lights dimmed. The music started. We danced. He held me, spun me, smiled at the crowd, but he didn't look at me, not once. Not in the eyes. The song ended. People clapped, and then Michael grabbed the microphone from the DJ booth. "Hey everyone, can I have your attention real quick?" The room quieted. I stood there, confused. This wasn't part of the plan. Michael's hand was shaking. He smiled, but it was tight, forced. I know we just did the traditional first dance, but I wanted to do something special, something I've been thinking about for a really long time. My stomach dropped. Something was wrong, very wrong. "This next dance," Michael continued, his voice louder now, "is for the woman I've secretly loved for the past 10 years. Wait, what? The room went silent. You could hear a pin drop. I stood there, frozen. 10 years? We've only been together for 3. Michael set down the microphone, looked across the dance floor, and walked right past me. Didn't even glance at me. He walked straight to the head table, straight to Olivia. He extended his hand. "Liv, will you dance with me?" I couldn't breathe. Olivia's face went white, completely white. She looked at Michael, then at me, then back at Michael. "Michael, I don't think—" she started. "Please," he said. "Loud enough for people to hear. Just one dance, for old time's sake. And then, this is the part that still makes me sick." My sister smiled, took his hand, and stood up. The DJ, confused but following instructions someone must have given him, played a slow song. Perfect by Ed Sheeran. Another Ed Sheeran song. Our backup choice. Michael and Olivia walked to the center of the dance floor, and they danced in front of 200 people. At my wedding, my husband danced with my sister, his hand on her waist, her hand on his shoulder. They swayed slowly, intimately, and people clapped. They thought it was sweet. A brother-in-law bonding with his new sister-in-law. How cute, how thoughtful, but I saw their faces. I saw the way Michael looked at her, the way Olivia's eyes were closed, the way they moved together like they'd done this before. 10 years, he said. 10 years. Olivia is 28. 10 years ago, she was 18. Michael is 32. 10 years ago, he was 22. My brain was doing math I didn't want it to do. Sophia appeared next to me, grabbed my arm. "Emma, we need to go, now. I can't move." "Yes, you can." "Come on!" She started pulling me toward the exit, but I jerked away. No, I'm not running." Not this time. The song ended. Michael and Olivia separated. More clapping. A few whistles. People were smiling, oblivious. Michael walked back toward me, grinning like he'd just done something wonderful. "Wasn't that nice, babe?" he said. "I wanted to make Olivia feel special, too. She's been so helpful with the wedding." I stared at him. This man. My husband of less than 2 hours. 10 years, Michael? His smile faltered. Just a flicker. "What? You said you've loved her for 10 years. "Oh, I meant, like, loved her as a sister. Future sister. You know what I mean." "Liar." I looked over at Olivia. She was sitting back down, staring at her lap. Wouldn't look at me. My dad was watching from across the room. His face was hard, angry. He'd heard the speech. He'd seen the dance. He stood up and walked toward me. "Emma," he said quietly, "let's talk. You, me, and your mom. Right now." We went to a private room off the main hall. My mom was already crying. "What the hell was that?" Mom demanded. "What is Michael thinking?" "Emily, calm down," Dad said. But his jaw was clenched. He was furious. I stood there, still in my wedding dress, and everything just crashed down on me. "They've been seeing each other," I whispered. "Haven't they?" Silence. "Dad, Mom, have they?" My mom covered her mouth. "Sweetheart, we didn't know for sure. How long have you suspected?" Dad stepped forward. "About 6 months. I saw them together at a restaurant in Naperville. You were out of town for that design conference. I drove past, and I saw them through the window, holding hands across the table. My knees buckled. Sophia caught me. "Why didn't you tell me?" I choked out. "I confronted Olivia that night," Dad said. "She swore it was nothing. Said they were just talking because she was having a hard time and needed advice. She begged me not to tell you. Said it would ruin everything for no reason. And I didn't have proof. I didn't have anything concrete. So you stayed quiet. I'm so sorry, baby girl. I thought maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was seeing things that weren't there. I looked at my mom. You knew too? She nodded, tears streaming. Your father told me. We fought about it. I wanted to tell you. But he thought we should wait, see if anything else happened. And then nothing did. They seemed normal at family dinners. We thought maybe it really was innocent. 10 years, I said. He said 10 years, Dad. My father's face went dark. I know. Olivia was 18 10 years ago. I know. We all stood there, the weight of it sinking in. My husband had been in love with my little sister since she was barely legal. Maybe longer. I sat down hard on a chair. My massive dress pooled around me like a white ocean. Sophia knelt beside me, holding my hand. What do you want to do, Em? She asked softly. Good question. What do you do when your wedding implodes in real time? When you realize your husband and sister have been lying to you for how long? Months? Years? I need answers, I said. Real answers. Right now, my dad nodded. Damn right you do. We walked back into the reception hall together. All four of us, me, Mom, Dad, and Sophia. I'm sure we looked like a funeral procession. The party was still going. Music playing, people dancing, eating cake, living their best lives while mine fell apart. I spotted Michael at the bar with his groomsmen, laughing. Having a great time. Didn't even notice me coming. Olivia was at a table with some cousins, pushing food around her plate. I walked straight to her first. Olivia, outside, now. She looked up. Saw my face. All the blood drained from hers. Emma, now. People were starting to stare. I didn't care. Let them stare. Olivia stood up slowly and followed me out to the garden area, away from the tent. Sophia and my parents stayed close behind. Once we were alone, well, alone except for my backup, I turned on her. Tell me the truth. Right now. All of it. Olivia's hands were shaking. Em, I don't know what you think. Stop lying to me. 10 years, Liv. He said 10 years. Her face crumpled. He wasn't supposed to say that. He promised me he wouldn't. Oh my God. I actually laughed. A crazy broken laugh. So it's true. You two have been together. No, not together. It's not like that. Then what is it like? Explain it to me. Make it make sense. Olivia wrapped her arms around herself. Started crying. We met 10 years ago. Before you. Way before you. The ground tilted. What? I was 18. Just graduated high school. I went to that summer music festival in Grant Park, remember? The one Mom didn't want me to go to, but I snuck out anyway? I remembered. Olivia got in huge trouble for that. I met Michael there. He was 22. We talked all night. Exchanged numbers. Started texting. Hanging out? My dad stepped forward. You were 18. He was a grown man. I know, Daddy, I know. But I thought I was so mature. I thought it was real. What happened? I asked. My voice sounded hollow. We dated for 3 months that summer. Secret. I didn't tell anyone because I knew Mom and Dad would freak out about the age thing. And then he ghosted me. Just completely disappeared. Blocked my number. Vanished. She wiped her eyes. Mascara smearing. I was heartbroken. Devastated. I thought he was the love of my life, you know? First real boyfriend. I cried for months. You were away at college, so you didn't see it. Mom and Dad thought I was just being a dramatic teenager. My mom's hand flew to her mouth. Oh, Olivia. I eventually moved on. Dated other people. That 5-year relationship I had, that was me trying to forget Michael. And I did. I mostly did. Until I pushed. Olivia looked at me with the saddest eyes I'd ever seen. Until you brought him to Thanksgiving 3 years ago. The second I saw him walk through the door, I thought I was going to pass out. And he saw me and his face went white. He didn't remember you had a younger sister. He had no idea. Oh my God. Oh my God. You're telling me, I said slowly, that Michael dated you 10 years ago, ghosted you, and then accidentally started dating me years later without knowing we were related? Yes, that's insane. That's literally insane. I know. Did you tell him right away? At Thanksgiving? She shook her head. Not at Thanksgiving. Too many people around. But he texted me that night, freaking out. We met up the next day and talked. He said he didn't know. He seemed genuinely shocked. He apologized for what he did 10 years ago. Said he was young and stupid and scared of commitment. And you forgave him. I wasn't asking. I knew. He seemed different, older, more mature. And he said he really cared about you. Said you were amazing. That he wanted to make it work with you. But he also said he never forgot about me. That I was his first real love. That seeing me again brought everything back. I wanted to scream. Wanted to cry. Wanted to run. But I just stood there, frozen. So what, I said. You two have been having an affair this whole time? No, Emma, no, I swear. We've never kissed, never slept together, nothing physical. Not since you two got together. But emotionally? She couldn't look at me. We stayed in touch. As friends at first. He wanted to make sure I was okay. That I wouldn't tell you about our past. And I didn't want to ruin your happiness, so I said I wouldn't. But then we started talking more. Texting. Meeting up for coffee. And the feelings? They came back. For both of us. You fell back in love with my fiancé. I didn't mean to. And he fell back in love with you. Emma, answer me. Yes, she whispered. Yes, he told me 6 months ago that he still loved me. That he'd always loved me. That I was the one who got away. 6 months ago. Right around when my dad saw them at that restaurant. What did you say when he told you that? Olivia was fully sobbing now. I told him he was engaged to my sister, that this was wrong. That we couldn't do this. But you wanted to. Yes, I wanted to. But I didn't. We didn't. I told him he needed to either break up with you or commit fully. Stop stringing us both along. And he chose me. The irony tasted like acid. He said he loved you too. In a different way. That you were stable and kind and perfect for marriage. But that I was his passion. His what if. I turned away from her. Looked at my parents. My dad looked ready to murder someone. My mom was crying silently. Sophia said what I was thinking. So he settled for you. He married you because you're safe. But he's in love with your sister. It's not that simple, Olivia started. Yes, it is, I cut her off. That's exactly what it is. I walked back toward the reception tent. Everyone followed me. Michael was still at the bar, still laughing, still clueless. I walked right up to him, tapped his shoulder. Emma. Hey, babe. Where'd you go? People want to do the bouquet toss soon. We need to talk, now. His smile faded. He saw my face. Saw my dad's face behind me. Saw Olivia crying. Sure, yeah, let's go talk. We went to the same private room. This time it was me, Michael, Olivia, my parents, and Sophia. An intervention at my own wedding. Sit, I commanded. Michael sat, loosened his tie. Emma, what's going on? Olivia told me everything. He froze. Everything? 10 years, Michael. Grant Park, the summer fling. Ghosting her, then accidentally meeting me and realizing later who she was. The secret texts, the coffee dates, the I still love you confession 6 months ago. Everything. Michael looked at Olivia. You told her? She deserved to know, Olivia shot back. We agreed. You agreed, Olivia said. I've been sick about this for 3 years, watching you date my sister. Getting engaged. Planning a wedding. You said today would fix everything. That the dance would give you closure, and then you could move on. Wait, I interrupted. The dance was supposed to be closure? Michael ran his hands through his hair. Emma, listen. No, you listen. You married me today. Me. Said vows to me. And then announced to 200 people that you've been in love with someone else for 10 years. What the hell is wrong with you? I don't know what I thought. I just needed to do it. One last moment with her before I committed to you fully. One last moment? At our wedding? I know how it sounds. Do you? Do you really? Because it sounds like you're in love with my little sister, settled for me because I'm the safe choice, and then humiliated me in front of everyone we know. He stood up. That's not fair. I do love you, Emma. I do. You're incredible. You're smart and talented and beautiful, but I'm not her. Silence. Answer me, Michael. I'm not her, am I? His eyes filled with tears. Actual tears. No, he whispered. You're not. There it was. The truth, finally. My mom made a sound like a wounded animal. My dad stood up, fists clenched. You son of a... Dad started toward Michael. Dad, don't. I held up my hand. He's not worth it. I looked at my sister. My baby sister, who'd been carrying this secret for 3 years. Who'd watched me fall in love with her ex. Who'd helped me plan a wedding to a man who was in love with her. Why did you help me? I asked her. With the wedding. With everything. If you loved him, why did you stand next to me today as my maid of honor? Olivia's voice broke. Because I love you more. You're my sister. My big sister. And I thought if I helped make it perfect, it would prove that I was choosing you. That family came first. That I could put your happiness above my own feelings. That's twisted, Liv. I know it is. But I didn't know what else to do. He was going to marry you either way. At least if I was there, I could make sure you were happy. Make sure he treated you right. By being in love with him the whole time? That was your plan? She had no answer. I turned back to Michael. Did you ever really love me? At all? Or was I just available? The sister you could actually have? I loved you, he said. I do love you. Just not enough. Emma, not enough. I walked to the door, stopped, turned around, and this is when it happened. When I asked my dad the one question that changed everything. Dad, I said calmly, remember when you and Mom insisted on that prenup? The one Michael fought so hard against? My dad's eyes sharpened. Yeah, I remember. And remember how you had your lawyer add that specific clause? The one about infidelity? I remember. Michael's face went pale. Wait, the clause that states, if either party is found to have engaged in emotional or physical infidelity before or during the marriage, the injured party receives full compensation and the marriage is annulled with no financial obligation? That's right, Dad said, catching on. A slow smile spread across his face. And you defined emotional infidelity as... Dad pulled out his phone. He'd saved a copy of the prenup. Smart man. He read aloud. Emotional infidelity includes but is not limited to secret communications of a romantic nature, undisclosed meetings, declarations of love to a third party, or any action that demonstrates romantic investment in someone other than the spouse. Michael grabbed the edge of the table. No, we haven't. You declared your love for another woman. At our wedding, in front of 200 witnesses, I smiled. It felt good. You grabbed a microphone and said, this dance is for the woman I've secretly loved for the past 10 years. Then danced with her. Intimately. While married to me. That was, I meant it as, doesn't matter what you meant, Michael. Matters what you did. Sophia was grinning now too. Oh my God, Emma, you're a genius. Not me. My dad. I looked at him. You knew, didn't you? You didn't have concrete proof 6 months ago, but you knew something was wrong. So you protected me. Dad nodded. Always, sweetheart, always. Michael stood up fast. His chair fell backward. This is insane. You can't. I'll fight this. I'll get a lawyer. Go ahead, my dad said. But you declared your love for another woman on video. The whole thing was recorded. Professional videographer, plus about 50 cell phones. It's all documented. Michael's face went from pale to green. He looked like he might actually throw up. And here's the best part, I continued. According to the prenup, I get to keep all wedding gifts. The honeymoon tickets, which I'm going to take Sophia on. By the way, hell yes, Sophia interjected. And you owe me $50,000 in compensation for emotional damages. $50,000. You made good money, Michael. That's what happens when you make a marketing executive sign a prenup he didn't read carefully. I turned to my dad. He didn't read it carefully, did he? Nope. Skimmed it? Signed it? His lawyer advised him to review the infidelity clause more closely. But Michael said, and I quote, I'm not going to cheat, so who cares? Michael grabbed the table to steady himself. And then, I'm not making this up, he literally choked, started coughing and gasping. Someone had left a champagne glass on the table. He'd taken a sip mid-panic, and it went down wrong. He doubled over, coughing and sputtering. At the exact same moment, Olivia, who'd been standing there processing all of this, went even paler, swayed on her feet, and said, I think I'm gonna... And she collapsed, just crumpled onto the floor in a heap of bridesmaid dress. Olivia! My mom rushed to her. Okay, so she didn't actually faint from shock. Turns out she'd been so anxious all day she hadn't eaten anything. Plus, she'd had champagne on an empty stomach. Plus the emotional weight of everything. It all just hit her at once. My mom got her into a chair. Got her some water and bread. Olivia recovered pretty quickly, just embarrassed. Michael was still coughing, red-faced, eyes watering, and I stood there, watching both of them fall apart, and felt nothing. No satisfaction. No anger, just empty. I want an annulment, I said quietly. Tomorrow, I don't care what it takes. I want this marriage erased. Michael finally stopped coughing. Emma, please, can we talk about this? Just the two of us? No, I made a mistake. You made a choice. Multiple choices. Over and over for 3 years. I chose you. I married you. You married me because you couldn't have her. That's not love, Michael. That's settling. And I deserve someone who chooses me first, not as a backup plan. I looked at Olivia, who was sipping water, still pale. And you, I said, I don't know if I can forgive you. Not right now. Maybe not ever. You're my sister, and you betrayed me in the worst possible way. I know, she whispered. I'm so sorry. Sorry doesn't fix this. I know. I walked out of that room with my head high. Sophia linked her arm through mine. What are you going to do now? She asked. I'm going to go back to that reception, grab the microphone, and tell everyone the truth. Are you sure? That's going to be, I don't care. They all just watched my husband dance with my sister and declare his love for her. They deserve to know why I'm leaving. And that's exactly what I did. I walked back into the reception tent. The DJ was playing Uptown Funk. People were dancing, having a blast. I went straight to the DJ booth. Can I have the mic? He handed it over, confused. I turned off the music. Everyone stopped. Turned to look at me. Hi, everyone. Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to make an announcement. 200 faces staring at me, as you all saw earlier. My husband Michael dedicated a dance to the woman he secretly loved for 10 years. That woman was my sister, Olivia. What you didn't know is that they dated 10 years ago, reconnected 3 years ago when we started dating, and have been emotionally involved this entire time. Gasps. Actual gasps. So effective immediately, I'm annulling this marriage. The bar is still open, the food is paid for, so please stay and enjoy. But I'm leaving. Thank you all for coming. And I'm sorry you had to witness this disaster. The gift table is staying, though. I'm keeping all of that. I dropped the mic, literally dropped it, and walked out. The tent erupted, people yelling, talking, my mom crying, Michael's family freaking out, but I didn't look back. Sophia, my parents and I walked out to the parking lot. I hiked up my massive dress and climbed into my dad's truck. Where to, sweetheart? Dad asked. Home, and tomorrow? I'm calling a lawyer. The next morning, I woke up in my childhood bedroom at my parents' house. Still in my wedding dress, makeup smeared all over the pillow. My phone had 147 missed calls and texts. I ignored all of them. My mom knocked softly on the door. Sweetheart, you awake? Yeah. She came in with coffee and toast. Sat on the edge of my bed like she used to when I was sick as a kid. How you feeling? Like my life exploded. That's fair. She smoothed my hair back. Your father's already called our lawyer. He's drafting the annulment papers today. Should be ready by Monday. That fast? When you have a prenup with an ironclad infidelity clause and video evidence? Yeah, that fast. I sat up, sipped the coffee. It was perfect. Cream, 2 sugars. Mom always remembered. What about Michael? He's called here 6 times already. Your father told him if he calls again, he's filing for a restraining order. And Olivia? Mom's face got sad. She's downstairs. Been down there all night, crying, wants to talk to you. I don't want to see her. I know. But eventually, not today, Mom, I can't. She nodded. Kissed my forehead. Okay, baby. Not today. Monday came. I met with the lawyer, a sharp woman named Ava Richardson, mid-40s, no nonsense. She looked over everything and smiled. This is the cleanest annulment case I've ever seen, she said. Your father's a smart man. This prenup is bulletproof, so it'll go through? Absolutely. Michael's lawyer already contacted me. They're not going to fight it. They know they'll lose. What about the $50,000? He's agreed to pay. Lump sum. Should be in your account by end of week. I almost cried. Not sad tears. Relief tears. And the marriage is just gone? Like it never happened. Annulled. You'll legally be considered never married. Good. That's what I want. The money hit my account that Friday. $50,000. You know what I did with it? First, I paid back my parents for half the wedding costs. They protested, but I insisted. They'd done enough. Second, I upgraded those honeymoon tickets. Michael and I were supposed to go to Hawaii, some basic resort package. I changed it to Bora Bora, overwater bungalow, all-inclusive, for me and Sophia. Are you serious right now? Sophia screamed when I told her. Bora Bora? We leave in 2 weeks. Pack your best bikinis. Emma, I love you. I would literally take a bullet for you. Just take a vacation with me. Done. Before the trip, though, I had to deal with Olivia. She'd been staying at my parents' house, too. We'd been avoiding each other for 2 weeks, passing in hallways like ghosts. But my mom finally cornered me. Emma, you need to talk to your sister. I don't need to do anything. She's a mess. She's barely eating. She made a horrible mistake, but she's still your sister. She betrayed me, Mom. I know. And that's not okay. But she's also 28 years old and has been manipulated by a man since she was 18. Michael took advantage of her when she was barely legal, ghosted her, then came back into her life through you. He played both of you. I hadn't thought about it like that. I'd been so angry at Olivia, I hadn't really considered, Michael started pursuing her when she was a teenager. That's predatory. And then he kept her on the hook for years, even while dating me. He was the villain here. Both of us were his victims. Didn't make what Olivia did okay. But it added context. Fine, I said. I'll talk to her. Once. That's it. We sat in the backyard. The same backyard where we'd played as kids. Swing set still there, rusty now. Olivia looked terrible. Eyes red and swollen. Hair unwashed. She'd lost weight. Thanks for talking to me, she said quietly. Mom made me. I know. She twisted her hands together. I don't expect you to forgive me. I don't even forgive myself. What I did was unforgivable. Yeah, it was. I should have told you the truth from the beginning. The second he walked into Thanksgiving dinner, I should have pulled you aside and said, that's my ex, the one who broke my heart. But I didn't. I was scared and confused and, I don't know. I thought I could handle it. I thought the feelings would go away. But they didn't. No, they got worse. And so did his. And we both just spiraled. But we never crossed the physical line, Emma. I swear on everything. We never kissed, never— I believe you, I interrupted. Weirdly, I do. I don't think you'd lie about that. She looked up, surprised. You do? Yeah. Emotional cheating is still cheating, but I believe you didn't sleep with him. For what it's worth. I told him a month before the wedding that we had to stop talking. Completely. That I couldn't do it anymore. That it was killing me. What did he say? He said he couldn't lose me. That I was too important. He promised that after the wedding, after things settled down, he'd figure out a way for us to be together. My stomach turned. He was gonna leave me? Eventually, I think. Yeah, or I don't know. Maybe he thought he could have us both. Some kind of twisted situation where you were his wife and I was his— I don't even know what. That's sick. I know. And I was so deep in it, I actually considered it for a second. That's how messed up I was. But then I realized I couldn't do that to you. So I told him the wedding day dance would be goodbye. Our final moment. And then I'd cut him off forever. But he announced it to everyone like an idiot. He went off script. He was supposed to just ask me quietly, not make a whole speech. She laughed bitterly. He ruined his own plan. We sat in silence for a while. I'm going to Bora Bora, I finally said. With Sophia. Using his money, Olivia smiled a little. That's perfect. You deserve it. When I get back, maybe we can try, slowly, to rebuild. Her eyes filled with tears. Really? You're still my sister. And Mom's right. Michael manipulated both of us. You were 18 when he started this. That's on him. But you're an adult now, and you made choices. Bad choices, so it's gonna take time. Maybe a lot of time. I'll wait. However long it takes. And you're going to therapy. Non-negotiable. Already started. 3 sessions in. Good. I stood up to leave. Olivia stood too. Emma? Yeah? I really am sorry. I know it doesn't fix anything, but I am. I know, Liv. I know. Bora Bora was heaven. Sophia and I spent 10 days in complete paradise. Overwater bungalow, crystal clear ocean, private beach, incredible food. We snorkeled, got massages, drank way too many fruity cocktails, and laughed until we cried. On day 5, we were lying on the beach, and Sophia said, "You seem different." Different how? Lighter, like a weight's been lifted. I think it has. I was so focused on making Michael happy, making the relationship work, I forgot about making myself happy. What are you gonna do when we get back? Honestly, no idea. Take some time. Focus on my design work. Maybe travel more. Figure out who Emma is when she's not trying to be someone's perfect girlfriend. I think that's beautiful. Or maybe, I grinned, I'll just become a beach bum and live here forever. I'd visit, but here's the crazy part. The part that sounds like a movie, but I swear is true. On day 7, Sophia and I went to this little beachside restaurant for dinner. Tiki torches, live music, super romantic even though we were just friends. Our waiter was this guy, American, late 20s, incredible smile. Name tag said, "Noah, you two on vacation?" he asked while pouring our water. "Yep," Sophia said. "Girls' trip. Best kind of trip." He smiled at me specifically. "First time in Bora Bora?" "Yeah," I said. "It's amazing. Wait till you see the sunset from the North Beach. Most incredible view on the island. Where's that?" He grabbed a napkin, drew a little map. "Here, about a mile walk from your resort. Go tomorrow around 6 p.m. You won't regret it." Sophia nudged me when he walked away. "He's cute." "Stop. He was totally flirting with you. He's a waiter. Being nice is literally his job." "Uh-huh. Sure." But the next evening, curiosity got the best of me. Sophia and I walked to the North Beach, and Noah was right. The sunset was breathtaking, pink and orange and purple, reflecting off the water like something out of a painting. And guess who was there, sitting on the sand with a guitar? "Noah, you came," he said, genuinely happy to see me. "You were right. This view is incredible. Told you." He patted the sand next to him. "Wanna sit?" Sophia, bless her, suddenly said, "Oh, you know what? I forgot to call my mom. I'm gonna head back." "Emma, you good?" She was the worst liar ever, but also the best friend ever. "Yeah, I'm good." Noah and I talked for 2 hours. Turns out he was from Seattle, moved to Bora Bora a year ago after a bad breakup. Needed to reset his life. He worked at the restaurant part-time and did freelance photography. "What brought you here?" he asked. Besides the obvious beauty, I hesitated. Then figured, why not? I just annulled my marriage. My husband was in love with my sister. Found out at the wedding. His eyes went wide. "What?" "Yup." So I took the honeymoon trip with my best friend instead of him. Wow. That's either the worst story I've ever heard or the most badass thing ever. Little bit of both, he laughed. "Well, for what it's worth, any guy who'd choose someone else over you is an idiot." I blushed. Actually blushed. "You don't even know me. I know you're brave enough to turn a disaster into an adventure. That says a lot." We watched the last of the sunset in comfortable silence. "Can I take you to dinner tomorrow?" he asked. "Like actual dinner? Not me serving you, but us sitting together. I leave in 3 days. Then we better make them count. I won't bore you with all the details, but those 3 days with Noah were magic. We hiked, explored hidden beaches, talked about everything. He showed me his photography. Stunning island landscapes. I showed him my design portfolio. We just connected. On my last night, he kissed me under the stars, and it felt like beginning. Not a rebound, not a distraction, just possibility. "I know this is crazy," he said. "We just met. You live in Chicago. I live here, but I really like you, Emma. I really like you too. So what do we do?" Honestly, I have no idea. But let's find out. We exchanged real contact info. Not just Instagram, phone numbers, emails, everything. "I'm coming back to the States for Christmas," he said. "Seattle. But Chicago's not that far." "It's not." So maybe. 6 months later. I'm sitting in my new apartment in Chicago, moved out of the place I'd shared with Michael. Got a cute 1-bedroom in Wicker Park. My design business is thriving. I just landed a huge contract with a major company. Olivia and I are talking again, slowly, carefully. We got coffee last week. It was awkward, but not terrible. Healing takes time. Michael? Haven't spoken to him since the annulment. Heard through mutual friends he moved to Denver. Good. Hope he stays there. And Noah? He flew to Chicago for New Year's. Then I flew to Seattle in February. Then he came back in March. We're taking it slow, but it's good. Real. Healthy. He actually just texted me. "Flight lands at 6. Dinner at that Italian place you love?" I texted back, "Can't wait." My phone buzzed again. "Sophia, Double date? I'm bringing that guy from the gym. Me, yes, details later. My dad called this morning. Hey, sweetheart. Your mom wants to know if you're coming to Sunday dinner this week. Of course. Can I bring someone? Pause. Noah? Yeah, I could hear the smile in his voice. We'd love to meet him. Your mom's already planning the menu. Tell her nothing too fancy. He's low-key. That's what I like to hear. We'll see you Sunday. Love you, kiddo. Love you too, Dad. You know what's wild? A year ago, I thought my life was perfect. Planning a wedding, marrying a man I loved, surrounded by family. But it was all built on lies, and when it collapsed, I thought I'd never recover. I thought I'd be broken forever. But here's what I learned. Sometimes the worst thing that happens to you is actually the best thing. Because it forces you to rebuild. And when you rebuild, you get to choose what you keep and what you leave behind. I left behind a man who didn't truly love me. I left behind a sister's betrayal. Well, working on leaving it behind. I left behind the version of myself that tried to be perfect for someone else. And what did I find? Myself, my strength, my worth, a business I'm proud of, friends who'd go to war for me, parents who protected me even when I didn't know I needed it, and maybe, just maybe, a guy who sees me for exactly who I am and loves me for it. This Saturday, Noah and I are going to Navy Pier, Sunday family dinner. Next month, Sophia and I are planning another trip, thinking Portugal. My life isn't perfect. It's messy and complicated, and I'm still figuring things out, but it's mine, and I've never been happier. The end. So yeah, that's the story of how my husband declared his love for another woman at our wedding. How I found out he'd been emotionally cheating with my sister for years. How I annulled the whole thing and got paid 50 grand in the process. And how I turned the worst day of my life into the beginning of the best chapter. If you're going through something right now, a breakup, a betrayal, a moment where everything falls apart, just remember, you're stronger than you think. You deserve someone who chooses you first, and sometimes the trash takes itself out. Oh, and always, always read your prenup carefully. Trust me on that one. Fade out with Emma smiling, coffee in hand, sunshine streaming through her apartment window, phone buzzing with a text from Noah. Can't wait to see you tonight. You're my favorite person. She smiles, types back. You're mine too. Pure joy, complete happiness. The end.